Today I'm making a little shabby chic handbag or tote bag. I started this and then I thought, well, you may as well tape it. So we'll go from here. My measurements are, you don't have to use my measurements, do what you like, are about 60 centimetres by 41, but it's not going to be that long. What I'm going to do is put doilies, etc. in layers, in rows, or that way, whatever. So for this one, for instance, I would be putting it on this line. That's why I cut it off, because I'm going to use an overlocker to sew it across, and then join that onto here, and then cut the next one off. Okay, so firstly we'll work with this one. My base fabric is calico, and over the top I've just put some curtain lace. Okay, let's see what we can do about this. I don't want it straight, absolutely not straight, so I might go for something like these to start with. You can see I've used some of this one. Let's cut this from here to there. Now this is the front, so just make sure you're putting your fronts up. Since I'm using the overlocker, I'll pin well away from the sewing area. Oops. Okay, what else? What have we got? We've got another one of those. Well, we've got lots of these. I'll put another one of those on a different layer. Let's see what else. Here we go. If you want to, you can create ruffles. I may do on this one. Go over. I'm just making this up as I go along. So if it works out, go ahead and try it. If it doesn't, let's put that there, about there. Okay, this one, let's just put a little doily. I like that. And I don't want the doily to go onto the seam, so we'll just sew it at the top, and when I'll fold it across there when we're going to do that seam there, and then I can fold it over. If you've got that, good. Okay, first row done. Unless I want to stick something underneath here. Why not? Another doily. I will later, and I'll glue it on. For the moment, I'm happy. Am I? No, I'm not. I do want something else down here. Let's just take these pins off. Yep. Yep, I like that. Now this piece was cut crooked, but I'm going with that. To give me a little bit of flair. Oops. Okay. I'm going to cut this off here. And that will be used somewhere. Okay, I'm just going to get the serger. And you don't really want to see me do that, so I'll just pause for a minute. This is very new and I don't know if I can pause. Pause. Am I paused? Not sure. I'm not even sure if I've got audio anymore. Please bear with me. Okay, sorry about keeping you waiting. I didn't like that doily, did it? if you don't have an overlocker or serger, ordinary sewing machine, go for it. I just happen to have the overlocker sitting on my desk, so okay, that's the first layer, and it will go around like that. I like it. Okay, now that first layer is going to get sewn onto this piece. Match up the edges. Oops. I perhaps should have done it all in one. I'll remember that for next time. Then it won't be so bulky here. Looky here, we're a little bit short. Why is that? Here we go again. Okay, we've done that. Bring that down. That's what we've got. I'm going to pin across here to keep all the pieces together, the lace and the calico. Okay, from here I'm going to measure 3 inches. No, I'm going to measure 3.5. 3.5. Let's get that. So 3.5. 3.5. Have to be perfect. There we go. 3.5 again. Roughly. Okay. I definitely want some of this on, but let's go from here. Okay, let's see how this goes. This one I'm going to stop here, stop the stitching here, so that I can have a seam and this can go over. God, if you've got a bad back, I recommend sitting down while you do this. It's killing me. Okay, something for the last piece. What should we do there? Oh, that's too small. Oh, look at this beautiful little doily. Oh, look, it's perfect. Not ringing my bells. Just not ringing my bell. Maybe that one. Yeah, I like that one. I like it large. There we go. Pin those two. This one, and I'll just snip off that little bit there. And then we're going to sew it. Oops. Do you know, I'm going to sew the this onto it. So we'll do it all on one. Then we won't be doubling up the thickness. Yeah. Okay, cooking. I'm going to do the lining in the calico as well, without the lace, obviously. I'll put some I'll put some pockets in the lining. But of course you can't figure out the size of the lining until you've finished the outer part, because this will be a bit smaller than what we started with. Okay, here we go. Come on, you've just had a service, so don't be mean. Okay, if you'll notice, I've left that so that we can sort of seam it up later. Hopefully that'll work. We'll see. Yeah, it should work. No, I'm thinking I really want to close that up. I'll leave it for now. Okay. Okay, let's move our pins up to this seam. Gosh, I do love shabby chic. I'm going to add a nice big floppy flower, which I haven't made yet. We can go through that together. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so excited. Look how gorgeous that is. And we can take these off now. Yeah. Okay, another layer. Again, just straight across. Should we try a layer that is crooked? There we go. Up like that. Or just go straight. Let's not complicate matters, let's just go straight. I'm going to eyeball it this time, and we're just going to go, I'm just going to half this. Right. I really want to use some of this. I love this. I've used some on a little, what do you call it? Dress form, yeah. But I don't want it straight, that's the thing. So it's got to be curved and torn. I don't care if it's torn. It's just, oh, look at that, it's elasticated. Excuse my sniffing allergies. There's a vague pattern on here. Let's see what we can do with it. Probably won't want it that big. No, I don't want it that big. Across there. And that one. Maybe up that leaf. And I think I'm going to gather this one. I don't like that bottom bit. Take that off. Yeah, I like that. Oops. I want it gathered or pleated. So we can pleat it, pleat, gather, whatever. I think that's the right side. Let's get a quick gather happening here. Oh, would you look at that? Already threaded. That should be enough. I am going to cut off most of that waistline trim there. Probably should have done that before gathering. Remember that, another error. Ouch. Oh, I've had to add a few, haven't I? Sorry if I've had this so far out of view that you haven't been able to see anything. I tend to work to the right towards my light. Just make sure the camera is headed that way. There we go. Okay, I hope you haven't left me. Okay. I'm not going to put this at the end, I'm going to put it in here somewhere. Like I said, that's got to go. As close to my stitching as possible. We have a beautiful day here in Ballarat, Victoria, Australia. That's where we are. Okay. I'll pin that. Can you see? Yeah. I will need to pin it close to the edge. Okay, how's that? Speaking of how's that, cricket's on soon. Okay. Now, what was that small one there? One of these. Can stretch that out just a little bit. No, we can't. We cannot. Something bigger than that. Here we go. Okay, that's that side. Half the problem is choosing the doilies. It's too like that one. Let's go. What do you think of that? Yeah, I like that. That also gives me something up there to play with. Put another layer. Cool. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, I like that. A fair bit of overlapping happening here, but I'm not concerned with that. In fact, that'll be nice. Keep this out of the way. How can I do that? No, we're going to cut it off. Oh, it doesn't like all these doilies. Removing pins. Oops, oops, oops. Oh dear. Oh, she is not liking this. My overlocker. I'm sure she'll be fine. Okay, let's take these bottom pins out. Gosh, you know, if I was slimmer, I'd love a skirt like this. How awesome would that be? Okay, remove our pins from here. How gorgeous is that? And that'll be the bag, like that. Your back and your front. I'm quite happy I have that hanging down. Of course, you choose what you want for your front, or you could put your seam at the back. Depends on how you've put your doilies on, how you're going. Now, you can see we are a bit crooked here. Let's do some measuring. We're still at about 60, give or take. Here we are 28, 27 and a half, 27 and a half, whoa, 28 and a half, and 28. So we've got a little bit of a bump there. I'm just measuring from the edge of this serging line to the edge of the other serging line, the outside edge, and measuring, and it is on 2 3/4. So 2 3/4 all the way along. It's important that we get it straight across here, otherwise, you know, it's, well, I don't know what'll happen, seriously. It might be a little bit awkward when it comes time for making the what do you call it, lining. Okay, 2 3/4. Okay. I think I'll just serge that, and it'll cut the fabric itself. From there. No, don't do that. Be nice. That's a go. Oops. Come on, baby. Price a good clean out. Get rid of all the fluff when we're finished. Okay, I think I hope we've got those measurements better. A bit straighter. As good as I'm going to get. Okay. You could leave it this size. This might be alright, just this size. Don't need anything huge. I like that. Yeah, I'm only going to do this size. So about 28 centimetres. That's mine, but you don't have to do 28 centimetres, you can do whatever you want. So now what I want to do is tuck these in where necessary. Tuck that one in. Just hold that with a pin. Or tuck that one away. On this side, now we'll just stitch that one in. We'll stitch that one in. I can tuck that lot away. Okay. So we'll bring this over to meet that. Oh, she's going to hate me. Absolutely, she's going to hate me. Come on, babe. You're doing a good job. Wonderful job. There you go. That's a good girl. That's the way. Hope you talk nicely to machines. Well done, Janome. Okay. Let's have a look at what we've got before we do any more. Okay, remove all pins. How cool is that? Or that way, or that way. Gee, I love this side. I love this side. No room for a flower. Okay, so on this one, where I've just sewn that seam, I'll just put some glue, some hot glue, put that over, and oops, well then, I missed something. I'll have to go and sew that up again. I just overlap these so that the seam is hardly noticeable. I might even pop a little doily, a weenie one, just there, with some hot glue, so you can't notice the seam. So you could even have this side as the front. Okay, now let's go back inside out. Because we are going to sew across the bottom. I'm going to sew across the bottom. You can see I'm not straight there. Do you know if it's crooked, it's crooked. You're not even going to notice with all those doilies on it. Good girl, I promise I'll clean out the fluff. Okay, I've got a little bag. Okay, we'll keep it like that so we can do our lining. Whoops. So measure across, not including the seam, because you want it to be a bit smaller. So it's 29, double that is 58 centimetres. Don't measure that seam from there. 58 by 26. Okay. I'll just cut some calico over here. I'll just say 26. I said 76, did I? 26. Oh look, again, I'm as straight as a snake. You want your lining slightly smaller than your outer bag. So I'm cool there. I just want to straighten that. Should be level with that, the fold. Probably level with that fold, that's good. Okay, save this video going so long. I'm going to stop it now and come back for version 2. See you in a bit.